Welcome back to the Lions Den, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about an issue that we thought was resolved. An issue we thought was resolved in Ghana. Now, on this show right here, or this brief little moment, the reason why I'm discussing this is not to focus on Ghana, not to focus on all this, but to focus on the topic because it goes right into the topic. Be careful of the hand that feeds you. That's right. Be careful of the hand that feeds you. And when you look at Ghana this time around, you'll see how important this is, why you have to wake up to this. This is to nations, and this is to people. This is to you too. We're going to start with the nations that decide to take. When you're a taker, and not a giver or a lender, you are susceptible to being exploited. You're susceptible to having to cater to whoever you decide to take that money from, their whims, whatever they want. Okay, a lot of nations, they figure, we can use this cash or throw in a lot of money for certain projects, and in the meantime, or they'll help fund certain programs. And when they do that, don't think that they're doing it out of the kindness of their heart. This includes other nations that give, as well as individual donors that give to these nations. This is in Africa. This is in some of your poorer countries, even in Southeast Asia, all around the world. So be careful. All right? And we see this also even in the United States, where if something is given, or for some reason, we kind of don't want to realize where the threats have come from in this country. I'm talking about Russia. Something just is not right with that picture. We all know that the Russians did have a stake in the elections, stake in a lot of things in this country, but that's besides the point. So I want to get back to the Ghana situation quickly and then transition. Now with Ghana, we had a situation where the statue was removed of Gandhi a few weeks ago. Statue was a victory. The removing the statue was a victory for the country, the students at the University of Ghana where the statue was removed, as well as the faculty in the University of Ghana. Well, here's the issue. India made it clear. Now that you remove the statue, we're going to take away 2,000 scholarships for children or young men and women in school. I don't know if you heard that. 2,000 scholarships. So now they're playing the game and say, you know what? We're pulling some money out of here. Either you put the statue back in the country, or we're pulling these scholarships out. So you know what Ghana decided to do? Instead of saying, we're going to fund these scholarships, these 2,000 children, or these 2,000 young men and women, we'll take care of the scholarship. No, thank you. We don't need your money, India. Ghana said, we're going to put the statue back somewhere else in the country. Not the university, but we'll put the statue back. That statue's going back. All right? Think about that. They're not even a nation right now, to a certain extent, that can control its own destiny. That's why this topic is so important. Be careful of who feeds you. Because if the person's intentions or the nation's intentions or whoever's intentions are not right and they're not lined up with yours and it's not a fair deal, these are the type of things that will happen. Very important for us to understand this. All right? So where can a nation go if everyone has their hands in that nation's pocket? They won't have anything if everybody has their hands. They're the ones that are giving, and they're the ones that are taking more. What a lot of these nations that receive, they get is pittance, nothing compared to what the giving nation is taking from them. Wake up to this. Because after a while, things start changing. Development starts going in a different direction. Meaning that the things that are built up are not for the people that live there. Kind of sounds like gentrification, doesn't it? Yeah, well, when that happens, and the things that are built up, the businesses, the structures, the institutions are not for the people who live there, not for the people who are the natives of that land, when that happens, game over. You will wake up one day, and what once was yours, now, is not yours. You can't even go in there. So, I hope a lot of these presidents, prime ministers of many of these nations, I hope they wake up and realize that if they're truly in the best interest of the people, they will be very careful of who they accept money from. Same thing with us. If you accept money or you accept something, gifts from the wrong person, all right, and their intentions are not really to help you, but they are basically to help that person which is giving for self-satisfying reasons. If they're giving for self-satisfying reasons, really, you're not only compromised, you're in trouble. Because their ultimate goal is to take whatever it is that they want from you. Take, and before you know it, they'll be in your house, taking more than you ever thought. Taking your pride, whatever else you have. And darn it, some of them are ruthless enough to even take your family. So you have to be careful when that meal is served for you. You have to be able to say, take that meal and push it aside and say, nah, I'm not going to take that. I'm going to show some integrity. Or if I have to go hungry for right now, I'm going to go hungry and I'm not going to eat that meal. Or as a nation, instead of taking that money or meal, because we're using this interchangeably, it's a metaphor, you have to say, we just won't be able to take that money right now. No. You keep your money, you keep your little building projects in the name of, a community service or in the name of helping our youth. You keep that away because that's the key. See, that's how they come in here. They say they're going to help the youth. They're going to build certain things for people, for orphans, HIV/AIDS orphans, for these projects. But just watch their record. In the end, this is what happens. So what we thought was a victory in Ghana is a lesson for many nations, especially African nations in the world, as well as us. It's a lesson. Learn from it. Understand it. And when you see it coming, this goes out to leaders. This goes out to individuals. This goes out to people who may not have this thing called integrity. You better think. Because in a second, everything that you have can be gone in a blink of an eye. All right? Just words coming straight out of the Lions Den. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you stay tuned for the next one. Peace.